Hey, my Temple Cleanse family, it's Kimberly Joy Morgan, and I am so happy to be here with you today. All right, so we're going to jump right in because if I spend too much time on just telling you how proud I am of each and every one of you and getting to know you better through our 30-minute one-on-ones with the cohort group, I'd be here all day. But today we're going to talk about fiber, we're going to talk about prebiotics, probiotics, and postbiotics. We're going to talk about macronutrients, and we're going to also talk about healthy fats. So let's dig right in, and we're going to start with fiber. Fiber is what we need to move our stool through our body, or our waste through our body. And basically it is one of those things where we have soluble fiber and insoluble fiber. Now, insoluble fiber is the kind of fiber in which it does not dissolve in water, all right? So it's left intact and undigested in the body, all right? And so it passes through, but it adds bulk to our stool. If not, we would have a bunch of diarrhea episodes. So that's what it is. Now, soluble fiber basically dissolves in water, and it forms a gel-like substance which helps to coat our stool and move it through our digestive tract. Both are equally important to our bodies and what we need. It can even help women especially reduce their chances of ovarian cancer when they have high fiber diets. So we want to make sure though that we're not increasing our fiber consumption too rapidly, because it can lead to either constipation or diarrhea, bloating, and all of that kind of stuff. And we don't want that to happen. But let's talk a little bit about 23 high fiber foods that you can add into your diet that can be very, very helpful. And notable nutrients will be vitamin C, vitamin E, B6, folate, vitamin K, and potassium. So make sure you understand that fiber is really important for a healthy digestive system. And remember, I keep telling you that your microbiome is your second brain. It houses the majority of your immune system. So its health and vitality is important, like so important to your health and vitality. So let's get it cracking in a good way. So the first thing I want you to think about are avocados. They are very, very high in fiber, but they contain different types of fiber depending upon the type of avocado that you get, all right? So we want to think about that. And also Asian pears are really high in fiber. Berries, blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, very, very good. Coconut, okay? So shredded coconut, I love to put that in with some cacao nibs and some berries for a dessert. That's really good, and it's low in sugar and tastes great. Figs, now dried figs especially are going to be high in fiber, but the ones that are not, dried figs are gonna be high in sugar is what I was trying to say, but those that are not dried figs are wonderful for fiber-rich foods and making sure that you're not getting the dried ones, okay? Just for the sugar content, especially if you're dealing with high sugar. Artichokes are amazing. Peas, okra, corn, squash, Brussels sprouts, turnips, black beans, chickpeas, lima beans, and split peas, lentils, nuts, flaxseed, which I make a great flaxseed bread. I'm gonna give you a quick recipe right now. Flaxseed bread, for those of you who are like, oh my gosh, I can't have bread right now, you can have flaxseed bread. It is compliant. So it is 2.5 cups of flaxseed meal, not seeds, but meal, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 1 3/4 cups of water, and 1 teaspoon of pink Himalayan sea salt. Mix it all together, put the oven on 400 degrees, put it in parchment paper in a loaf pan, and bake it for 55 to 65 minutes. I promise you it's great. Spread it with a little bit of vegan ghee and your life will be beautiful, okay? So I just gave you some fiber. It's also great for your heart health, cholesterol, all of that. So there you go, flaxseed bread. Chia seeds are amazing. Make chia seed pudding. We'll talk about some of that. Quinoa, bananas, oats, and beets. Those are amazing. And what does fiber do? It promotes regularity. It supports weight loss, which is really important. It improves heart health. It stabilizes blood sugar, and it enhances the digestive system. Whew. Okay. All of that for fiber. That took me 5 minutes, but fiber is so important. So I want to let you know I'm trying to get you in and out in 20 minutes. All right, so we've got that for fiber. Go back and listen to it again if you need to write them down. Get the pen and paper out. All right, so we get ready for the healthy fats. Let's go into the healthy fats. So a lot of people are afraid to eat fat because they're like, the fat's gonna make me fat. That is not true. Sugar makes you fat. Fat does not make you fat, all right? Now, I know if you have excess, too many calories, yes, it can increase your caloric intake, which will put weight on your body. But the majority of the things that truly make you fat are having excess sugar in the body, because remember, when the body does not go through the glucose, or the muscles does not burn the glucose, it stores it in the liver as glycogen, and those glycogen stores then will come back and provide you with the energy that you need. But guess what? If you do too much of it, it just starts wiping it on the body as fat. So remember, not all fats are created equal, okay? So here we go. These are the ones that I would tell you that you want to consume. Avocados, really good. I try to eat about a half an avocado a day, whether it be put in my smoothie. Yes, I put avocados in my smoothie. It makes them amazing, and you don't even taste the avocado. I even put them in my salads. I'll put them on top of meat, and I'll use them as mayonnaise instead of using mayonnaise, that kind of thing. So avocados are great. Butter and ghee, and I know right now we're kind of staying away from some of those things, but ghee is my favorite. Spreading that on that flaxseed bread is amazing, and you can get vegan ghee, which is really good as well. The other thing, coconut oil is very, very good. Extra virgin olive oil is great. So we have those. Omega-3s, so that comes with your fish oils, things like that. And then also with your chia seeds and your flaxseed. Nuts and seeds, which we just talked about, are really healthy fats. Eggs can be healthy, just depends upon your cholesterol. Just know that you want to make sure that if you have high cholesterol, that maybe you're eliminating some of the yolks and keeping the egg whites. Grass-fed and organic beef is a great healthy fat. MCT oil, love MCT oil. I'm not going to go into the true benefits of it, but if you join my YouTube page, my YouTube channel, I have a whole video, 2-video series, it's either 2 or 3, on the benefits of MCT oil, and it's very worth watching. I put MCT oil in my tea all the time, and it really is a benefit to the body. It is a medium chain triglyceride, and it has a great type of saturated fat. So take a look at that. Use it in dressings and smoothies, even in your coffee, that type of thing. Full fat dairy and like yogurt, raw milk, goat milk, things like that can be healthy for some. Some people it's not good because of their lactose intolerance. So you have to know your body. Remember, we're all biochemically unique. Dark chocolate, we keep hearing about this chocolate thing, but I'm not talking about the milk chocolate. I'm not talking about the chocolate that has the soy and all that. I'm talking about like cacao nibs and things like that. So those are some of the things that are great for your healthy fats. Get them into your body because it is a fuel source. It will help you feel full longer. Just know that it's very important to use healthy fats. We're not talking about trans fats and those things that create coronary disease. We're talking about our healthy fats, okay? So how much fat do you need? At least 20 to 30% of your total calories from fat should be in your diet, okay? So if you're looking for a ketogenic diet, then anywhere from 40 to 75% of your total calories consumed would come from fats. But ketogenic diets need to be under the advisement of a health coach, a nutritionist, or doctor. Just know that, because you can go into a dangerous zone with that and not understanding. So I hope that that makes sense for our fats. So we've gone over fiber, we're doing fats, and now we're going to go into what I call prebiotics and probiotics. All right, so now we're talking about the prebiotics, probiotics, and postbiotics. Now, I'm not going to really talk too much about prebiotics and postbiotics, but just know that prebiotics will help the probiotics to feed properly in the gut. So things like garlic and onions, those are really, really good things to have in the digestive system to help. And then postbiotics are enzymes and different hydro compounds that create a fermentation that allows the probiotics to grow in a way that's helpful for the digestive system. But let's talk a little bit about why we want to have probiotics. For one, it helps us with a stronger immune system. It improves our digestion. It increases energy and the production of the vitamin B12. It's better breath because probiotics destroy candida. So if you feel like you have halitosis or bad breath, a lot of times that can be because your digestive system has a buildup of yeast in your gut. Healthier skin, since probiotics improve eczema and psoriasis as well. Reduces cold and flu symptoms. Healing from leaky gut and inflammatory bowel disease, probiotics can help with, and weight management. So it's lots of beautiful benefits to getting probiotics. So the top 17 probiotic foods that I want to share with you are kefir, which is a fermented yogurt type drink. And you can buy that in the grocery store. Just be sure that it does not have too much sugar, because a lot of it they make it exceptionally sweet for people to get, but you want to make sure it's fermented with yeast and more bacteria, so it has higher probiotics than traditional yogurt does. All right, so just know that. Kefir. And then sauerkraut. I love sauerkraut, so that's a great one. If you do have candida though, you're not going to want to eat fermented foods for a while until you kill the candida, because it can actually feed off of that fermentation. So it's kind of a balance, but you'd have to work with a health coach like myself or nutritionist or doctor who knows what they're doing in that particular area. Kombucha. Ooh, I miss kombucha because I actually suffered with candida from all the antibiotics that I took. I had to get onto a candida reduction diet, and it takes about 2 to 4 months for that to occur before you can bring certain foods like that back in. But then you can't go back into it because it'll repopulate and feed and do the same thing. Coconut kefir is more of like a watery kind of kefir, same thing. Natto, which is a form of soy that is fermented soybeans. It's really good. Yogurt, as we all know in some way, shape, or form. Now, I'm not talking about the Yoplait yogurt. I'm talking about like Greek strain yogurt that isn't sweetened, all of that kind of stuff. That's good. But remember, some people have trouble with it because of the lactose in it. So just know that there's also something called Kvass, which is a common fermented beverage out of Europe. And it was used in ancient times. So it's kind of fermenting rye or barley. It's not something we come in contact with too much in the US. So just going to give it to you as in case you get adventurous and you want to try something new. So that's also known for its blood and liver cleansing properties. It has a mild sour flavor. Raw cheese can be like goat's milk. That's one of goat cheese is really good for that. Soft cheese, that kind of thing. And that's really good to have. Apple cider vinegar. Try to get a tablespoon at least, or I always say a shot glass of apple cider vinegar into your day is really, really good. And it helps to improve insulin sensitivity and also enhancing weight loss. It reduces cholesterol levels. There's all kinds of things that apple cider vinegar can do. And then salted pickles. So just know that pickles are also really good. And brine cured olives and tempeh and miso and traditional buttermilk, water kefir, raw milk, and kimchi. Okay, so I just gave you a bunch of things. I don't want to spend too much time because, like I said, I feel like going longer than 20 minutes on these videos, I'm trying on your patience. But I want to provide you with things that are important and then give you some foods that you can add in to try some variety in your life in that area, okay? And then we have 3 macronutrients you need and top food sources for them. So the 3 macronutrients that you need in your life was from our first session: fats, proteins, and carbohydrates. Remember, say it again: fats, proteins, and carbohydrates. We need macro and micronutrients, but the macronutrients are what we're talking about today. We want to talk about ways in which we can consume them. We discussed it before, but healthy protein, you have bone broth protein. I don't particularly like whey protein powder, but you could do also vegan protein powders like good pea proteins, grass-fed beef, organic lentils, wild-caught fish, organic chicken, raw milk, free-range eggs. Those are some great ways in which to get that. Healthy carbs. Remember, we can do all types of vegetables, so especially green leafy, cauliflower, squash, tomatoes, mushrooms, spinach, just everything. Those are all carbs. Starchy root veggies like sweet potatoes, winter squash, cassava, those are all great healthy carbs. Fruits, especially berries. Remember, I tell you berries are lower in sugar and they're great for high fiber. So all of that. Beans and legumes are also, they kind of borderline between, remember, proteins and carbs. So be careful, especially if you're eating too many of them and you have a sugar issue. And then sprouted ancient whole grains like quinoa, amaranth, gluten-free oats, buckwheat, things like that are really good for your carbs as well. And then like brown rice. Healthy fats, coconut oil, we kind of just talked about it, but remember coconut oil, coconut milk, coconut flakes, olive oil, wild-caught fish, avocado, butter, ghee, nuts and seeds, all of those good things. Our macronutrients are so important. And remember, every time we eat, we should try to put all of them together, because then we don't have these weird spikes in our blood sugar. We have little bumps, okay? So I hope that this has been educational for you. I hope that you have learned a little bit. I hope that you go back and listen to it again. Hope you pulled out a piece of paper and a pen and wrote some of these foods down and figure out ways to incorporate them into your daily eating. All right? So until next time, next week, please remember to reach out to me with any forms of questions that you have. I got a lot of those surveys back. Please send some more, because it helps me know some of the things I should cover with you and answer questions on Sunday nights. So I look forward to meeting more of you next weekend. Have a super, super blessed week and stay positive. Remember to do all things with joy. And once you get that joy, make sure you share it. Peace and blessings. Bye-bye.